Welcome to Science TV News at 1 with me, WERANGAI, and my voicing interpreter, Irene Chebiwat. Let's focus on our news. The government has asked Kenyans to visit their nearest chief's office to get tree seedlings for the National Tree Growing Day on Monday, November 10th, 2023. Interior Principal Secretary Raymond Omolo urged Kenyans to take part in the exercise, which will be led by President William Ruto at Q Wetland in Makindu, Makueni County. Cabinet secretaries will champion tree growing activities in at least 2 counties each.
We have set a target of growing 100 million seedlings on the 13th only, on the day of Monday 13th. So if each Kenyan took upon themselves between Friday and Monday, even to do 2 seedlings, only 2 at the bare minimum, we will be able to reach 100 million seedlings. We have been working on a legal framework to amend our Climate Change Act to put in a solid framework on how to ensure transparency, integrity, and clear benefit sharing of carbon trading proceeds for communities and for government. And one of the main things that we will get out of the legal framework is a carbon registry, a carbon trading registry at the national level.
On to our next news. The hearing of the case against suspected cult leader Paul Mackenzie has been adjourned. Mackenzie's lawyer requested more time to prepare his defense before responding to the prosecution's application to have Mackenzie detained for 180 more years. The prosecution opposed the adjournment, arguing that the matter is serious and that this is the 3rd time the suspects have been sought to adjourn the proceedings. The prosecution last month applied to have Mackenzie and his co-accused detained for 180 days to complete the analysis of DNA test. They argued that the continued detention of the suspects is necessary because the DNA analysis is incomplete and the process is lengthy. On to our next news. The Council of Governors has called on the National Parliament to expedite the enactment of the impeachment procedures bill so as to set a strong threshold to impeach governor. The governors, led by their chairperson Anne Waiguru, said the initiative will protect devolution and enhance development in the country. The governors praised the Senate for handling the impeachment of Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza in a sober manner, saying it was done in a sobriety manner that saw the motion dropped at the floor of the House.
The Council of Governors has held a retreat to reflect on the last 1 year whose theme was Reflect, Realign and Renew. Before I read out the resolutions, I wish to note that we appreciate the sobriety of the Senate in the manner they handled the impeachment motion against our sister, Her Excellency Kawira Mwangaza. This is a great win for devolution, as the Senate has upheld the threshold for the removal of a governor. Indeed, the Senate has played its cardinal responsibility of protecting devolution. Ladies and gentlemen, as you have heard as mentioned, that one of the things I said is that we are requesting Parliament to expedite the law. There's already several drafts, I think there are 2 or 3, that are already in the process for defining the criteria for the removal of governor from office, so that we save the country and the nation and counties a lot of wasted time and resources on matters that actually do not meet the threshold. So we are appealing to the Senate and to the National Assembly to finalize with those bills, so that it is very clear on the procedure and that which constitutes violations that warrant for a removal from office for a governor.
Government. So what is it that a governor would have committed before she has actually even formed a cabinet for her to be impeached? You know, we shouldn't be impeaching each other because we don't like each other or because we had a rough battle in the elections. And this is why it's important to set an objective criteria, which then establishes a predictable sort of threshold as to what constitutes, an impeachable offense. That's that. On the economy, of course, we appreciate that there are global challenges, and that those also are having an effect on us as a country. Our shilling isn't doing well, and of course that has pervasive effect on a lot of things. The price of fuel, and all these things also affect us as counties, because we also
On to our other news item. The High Court has issued temporary orders stopping the government from implementing fee increments on various government services. This was after the state, through the Department of Immigration, revised the charges of some of its services, including passport, ID, work permit, birth and death certificate applications. Justice Lawrence Mugambi of the High Court in Nairobi gave the orders following a petition by Nakuru-based Surgeon Magare Gikenyi. Those applying for identity cards for the first time will pay 1,000 shillings, while Kenyans seeking replacement for lost cards had their charges increased by 20% to 2,000.
I saw those changes last night actually. I was also surprised at the rates at which they were being increased. But I think a lot of consultation is happening. So I just want to tell Kenyans what they have said through social media, through various other medium, has been heard.
Sasa watoto 3,000 wanafaa wakule, wanafaa waende university. Hizo zote president vile umesema tutatoa wapi? Kitu kama birth certificate. Birth certificate tulikuwa tunasema mtoto baada ya wiki 3 unaenda kuchukua free. Sasa unatuambia ni pesa.
Mtu kama mimi niko na watoto 7 na wote wanahitaji vitambulisho. Watoto wangu watafanyaje? Nitatoa wapi shilingi 7,000 ili hali hata kitu ya kukula ya kuweka kwa meza ndio hakuna.
Kuna mambo tunaambiwa inafaa kuwa na public participation.
News item. The county government of Embu on Friday received a consignment of non-pharmaceutical products worth 10 million shillings from Mission for Essential Drugs and Supplies. The supplies include clinical gloves, face masks and shields, syringes, aprons, cotton wool, blood bags, among other, are meant to assist health personnel across the 4 sub-counties render services well. Deputy Governor Kinyua Mugo, while receiving the supplies at Embu Level 5 Hospital, announced that another consignment of drugs estimated at 20 million shillings was due to arrive by Saturday. He said they were also expecting an additional shipment worth 34 million shillings next week. That will go a long way in alleviating shortage of drugs in all the health facilities across the county.
Katika hii hospitali kuu kabisa hapa Embu, ambao ni Embu Level 5, tumepokea vifaa za matibabu ambao inaitwa non-farms ya milioni 10, ambao tunatarajia leo jioni na kufikia kesho. Hiyo ni mandawa ya kawaida ambayo itakuja Level 5, ni ya dhamani ya 20,000, ya milioni 20. Jumatano wiki ijayo tutakuwa pia tumepokea ndawa za dhamani ya 34 million, ambayo itakuwa ni mandawa ambayo sasa itaenda katika Level 4, iende Level 3, Level 2 na pia ile dispensary ya chini kabisa. Kwa hivyo wacha niseme mimi niko na furaha sana kwa sababu hii mandawa ambayo non-farms ambayo imefika, vifaa ya theater, mashindano, syringes, mask na vitu kama hizo. Wiki ijayo hakuna hospitali yote hata ile ya pale chini ambayo itakuwa na mandawa. Kwa hivyo naomba watu wetu wananchi watulie, turekebishe hii maneno. Wiki ijayo kila hospitali, sianati zote zitakuwa na mandawa, ndio wananchi wetu tuendelee kuwahudumia. Tumekuwa na changamoto kidogo kwa sababu saa nyingine unakuta procurement wakati tunaagiza mandawa kutoka kwa suppliers ambao ni wawili, the main suppliers wanakuwa wawili, ile kubwa kabisa wa serikali anaitangwa KEMSA na mwingine wa pili ambao ni private anaitangwa MENS. Those are ndio main suppliers wetu. Changamoto huwa wakati saa nyingine tunaagiza ile procurement cycle ndio ndio ifike hapa inakuwa iko na shinda kidogo, na pia kumekuwa na matatizo. Unakuta saa nyingine wananchi hawezi elewa kwa nini mandawa ifiki haraka wakati inapoisha. Hiyo imekuwa ni changamoto ambayo
And hello viewers,